Hello.
Hello.
Right. I went out on Saturday for my birthday, as most of you know my birthday's coming up. And I went to Tower Hill.
Will it?
Will it?
Will this be before or after your birthday we release this one?
No, I'll probably do it tomorrow, so before. Right. So I went out on the 27th, which my birthday's on the 31st, so. And went to Tower Hill. My mum told me that Tower Hill is actually very haunted, and I didn't know this. So this episode is going to be about ghosts
and hauntings
and
any spooky things that we've actually witnessed.
Spooky things that we've witnessed. So if you have, if you're scared easily, probably don't watch this video.
Well, no, because we haven't got any footage of it.
We haven't got footage of it, but we've got, like, it's quite scary. Some people get nervous talking about things like this or hearing about things like this. So, if you...
No, that scared me, seeing this big hand swooping down and nicking the blue.
If you don't like hearing... Shush a minute. If you don't like hearing about ghosts or anything like that, then probably don't watch this video. But we've got, like, a whole load of videos of other things that you can watch if you want to. That are not about ghosts and ghouls. Okay. Yes.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
Yes, depart.
Go.
Be gone, evil spirit.
So, we're going to start. My mum's actually going to kick off this one. I have got some stories of my own.
Hang on a minute, wait for him to go. Will you get lost?
Just go. I have some stories of my own as well, but I let my mum start.
Right, she didn't know Tower Hill was haunted. It's where they did the public executions, a lot of them from the Tower of London. And the East End is a very haunted place anyway, where we actually live is very, very haunted. Not so much this particular area. This particular area is famous for a lot of other reasons, but we'll go into that at some other point when we're doing one of the history ones or something.
We're going to be doing history ones, what?
Well, not history.
News to me.
Just stuff that happens around your area that may be of interest. So...
Oh, by the way, before we do that, sorry.
We might even stick that in this one.
We did actually get... I've forgotten his name and I apologise, but we have got a subscriber in Indonesia. So we give him a shout out.
Yeah.
But we can't remember your name, I'm really sorry. We're terrible with names.
I am awful with names.
So...
And also, we've got a new subscriber called Stacey.
Yeah. But thank you for subscribing. And we hope you enjoy our content. And we're not going to stop doing this, so...
No. You may, after a few, want to go, oh, no.
Please don't unsubscribe.
No, because we sometimes we do stuff that you're really into, and sometimes we do stuff that you may not be into.
Also, if you have subscribed and you're not getting any notifications or anything, then you probably won't see this video because of that. But a lot of people have been getting unsubscribed. Well, Stacey did. So just make sure that you're still subscribed.
It's not just that you spontaneously get unsubscribed, but just check it. Because, you know...
we don't want to lose subscribers.
It's not just us that this happens to.
No.
There are other...
It happens to one of the YouTubers that I watch quite a lot called Herr Jordan. He was getting subscribers that were unsubscribing as well.
Finders Beepers get that problem as well.
So just make sure that you're still subscribed to us.
Yeah, and
if you enjoy our content, or even if you don't, or
well, if you're just kind enough to subscribe, then
just make sure that you're still subscribed, because that's free, you know, and it helps us out a lot. So
aside the thumbs ups and comments,
everything helps. So just
and we really like thumbs ups and comments. Don't we
do, yeah. So just keep, and then obviously the channel will get bigger and we'll be able to do more stuff. So,
but we live in the East End
of London.
Yeah, of London. We live in the East End of London. And although I haven't heard of anything really exciting and haunted happening around here, the East End is a very haunted place. So it is sort of like as you start going to the West End area. I'm getting you up. The West End area. And she didn't realise how haunted Tower Hill is, but like I say, the executions from the Tower of London, a lot of them were done on Tower Hill. So that is obviously going to be an haunted place because, let's face it, if you get executed for whatever reason, you're not really going to be happy about it, are you?
I think it's comfortable.
You're not really going to be happy about it, so you would...
Well, not necessarily, because a lot of people haunt the place that they were most happy at. That's why Disneyland have a lot of issues.
Yeah, Disneyland, but I'm just saying also people sometimes can't leave where they were killed.
No.
So they would be haunting that area, and they wouldn't necessarily be happy about it. So Tower Hill is quite haunted. And also around that area you've got Wapping.
Yep.
And you've got Whitechapel, which was Jack the Ripper territory.
Not Jack the Stripper.
No, I'm not sure what part of London he was in. I think he was London. But
I thought it was Yorkshire.
No, it was the Yorkshire Ripper. There's been a lot of them. But as I said, you know, they would be quite unrested. And I remember when I was about 11, yeah, I think I was about 11, my sister lived in Wapping. And we'd been out doing something, I don't know what, and she lived quite close to Tower Bridge, which is my favourite bridge in London.
Yeah.
By the way.
I know.
And we were going over Tower Bridge, and my sister stopped and went, look, because I was looking at the Tower
a lot of people get confused with Tower Bridge and London Bridge.
Tower Bridge is the big
one that used to
red,
open.
white and blue one that used to open up. It can still open up, but it doesn't happen very often because they built the Dartford Crossing.
Yeah.
Like silly people.
A lot of people get confused with the two of them, but London Bridge is the Tower Bridge is the more elaborate one.
Yeah, London Bridge doesn't really look like anything.
No. So, two bridges, but the more elaborate, pretty one is actually Tower Bridge.
Well, there's a lot of bridges, but...
no, the two main ones there, though.
I like Tower Bridge.
Yeah.
And I decided to stop on Tower Bridge and look at the Tower of London because you get a beautiful view of the Tower of London from Tower Bridge.
Mm.
So I'm standing there looking at the Tower of London, as I very often do, and my sister went, look. I went, what? She went, look at the roof. So I'm looking at the roof, I couldn't see anything. And she went, look at the roof. So I'm like, where? And she sort of like got hold of my head and pointed me in the right direction, stuck a finger out where it was, and eventually I saw what she was looking at. And it was a figure wearing the farthingale dress, you know, the big ones that stuck out of the side. They weren't like a crinoline that stuck out all round. They just stuck out either side. Made you look like you had massive hips. And
that's why they did it.
There was a ruff around its neck, and it had no head. Well, it was female, I should imagine, because I don't think it would have been anything else. And I know that it wasn't an optical illusion because it moved. It was actually walking.
Did it have a fan?
No.
That would be funny.
I couldn't see its hands. I think its hands were like this holding its head, I would imagine.
That would be funny if it had a fan.
As I say, it was more of a silhouette we could see. We couldn't actually make out any features. It was very dark. I mean, we're talking about 10 o'clock at night in October. Yeah. You know, you couldn't really see much.
Yeah, but Tower of London is usually lit up though.
But not then.
Oh.
And also the lights are up on the towers. They're not usually on the roof. And back in those days, it wasn't really lit up. St Paul's was, but not really the Tower of London. And I saw this figure, and it was moving, and it was a figure that seemed to be in Tudor dress without a head. And my sister said, I've got an air of sadness from it. I didn't. I was just freezing because I wanted to go home. And I got an air that I wanted to go and change my underwear because I was rather scared by it. But other than that, I didn't really get any yes from it. But I was a bit scared by it, even though I was miles away from it. I mean, if it came after me back in those days, I could run. And I would have been back in Wapping before it even come off the rampart.
Funny thing is, though, in Tower Hill, now, there was a lot of idiots around because it was night time, and I probably saw some ghosts, but I wouldn't have known.
Well, you don't always know.
No, I wouldn't have known.
I mean,
it was quite busy, so...
There is a thing, and they said that everyone in their lifetime is going to encounter at least 30 ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't know. And I know some people don't believe in ghosts at all. Some people believe in ghosts, and some people are very sceptical. What I do, I can't be sceptical. You know, I'm a medium, so I can't be sceptical.
And I've always grown up with things about ghosts because of Madam there, so...
And not only that, when she was a baby, tiny little baby, my mum lived in a haunted house in Forest Gate in East London. It was a very old house, and it had been turned into 2 flats. But the way they turned it into 2 flats was quite an unusual concept. We had the tradesman's entrance, which meant you went down an alleyway to get to our front door. The main front door, that would have been the main door of the house when it was a house, was upstairs. That was the upstairs flat. So if you knocked on that door, you would have had the lady from upstairs come down. And she was a Scottish lady. Oh, what do you want? But yeah, so we had the tradesman's entrance, and they just blocked up the doors that led to the upstairs. And to my knowledge, there was only one.
Mm.
And the living room wall come round like a bend, because originally there was a door there. And once we saw a shadow that walked through the wall there. So that was no big deal. My mum was there, my dad was there, and we saw this shadow walk through the wall. My dad said it wasn't a shadow. He said it was just a trick of the light. But then my dad he was about as psychic as a cheese sandwich. But me and my mum definitely saw a definite person-shaped shadow. And you used to hear giggles, and there were cold spots, and it was nothing to me. You know, because I was so used to it.
There is a ghost in this house.
There is a ghost in this house, yes.
But it's not a person. It's an animal.
Yeah.
Over there.
I think we've got more than one animal, actually, because I think there's one upstairs as well.
Well, there's definitely one over there in that corner.
Because animals, to be honest, ghosts do not bother me. They can't hurt you, the living can, the ghosts
Then
can't
again,
do
we've got
anything.
many cats buried in the garden, so that could be one of them.
Yeah, I've seen Midnight a few times.
I've seen, well, actually, weirdly enough, I've seen Min Min, and she was in the old house.
But
Never seen Giz, though.
I don't...
Or Meow.
I'm not afraid of ghosts. Yeah, I get a start when I see them, and I don't particularly like them popping up. But...
And they do pop up.
But the fact of the matter is, a ghost can't hurt you. A poltergeist can if it throws something at you.
Yeah, like the kitchen in Southend.
That was poltergeist.
I know it was. The shelf came off the wall, she was getting plates thrown at her. We lost a hell of a lot of plates in.
That's why I've only got about 3 now, apart from Christmas plates. But
there was cups being thrown, there was plates being thrown, there was knives and forks being thrown.
I'd really angered that ghost. But we didn't really... I mean, once it was exorcised, we didn't really have any problems with
No, she can do exorcisms as well. She don't like doing it, but she can.
It's not even an exorcism, is it? You just help them cross over.
Go away.
I can't do a full religious, priestly exorcism.
No, you just tell them to go away.
But I just have a word with them, and if they need help crossing over, then I'll do that, or tell them to leave me alone. And generally they do.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we lived in a haunted house when she was a baby. And sometimes she'd be laying there and she'd burst out laughing like someone was tickling her or keeping her amused. I swear it was my brother. And then after that, it was my dad.
I don't remember that. I don't remember much of my childhood.
In fact, when she was a baby, she was laying in the travel cot in my room. I was in the bed. And she wasn't crying, but she was revving up for it. She was like...
Don't do that now.
I heard this weird noise. And I opened my eyes, and my dad was sitting on the end of the bed with his hand in the travel cot, humming. Now, my dad's humming was horrible. It really was. The babies used to go to sleep to get away from it. And he was sitting at the end of my bed with his hand in the travel cloth going, It was more like groaning. But it wasn't ghostly groaning, that's how he used to hum. And he was going, And Kaylee went back to sleep again because of that horrible singing that he did. And I was in a bit of shock, and I went and I told my mum, and I was in tears. And my husband went, "What's wrong?" And Mum explained it to her, and he goes, "Well," she goes, "It was her dad."
This is what my mum got me for my birthday. Because I like Mrs. Brown.
Yeah, I must explain. I don't like getting a normal cards. Those ones with daughter and flowers and... no, forget it. She doesn't like them.
Flowers?
See. So I usually try and get her a funny one. She had one with cheese. One
I love that one, yeah. It was 2 cheddars, and it said, there's this little cheese going, and there's this big cheese going, and it said immature cheddar, which was the one that's going, and then the mature cheddar was the one that's going, and I thought it was hilarious.
And I also got one with bats on it.
Yes.
And I try not to get a normal cards. And the only thing they had that she liked that might have done it was Spider-Man. Or in the men's section cards, lads cards, was Mrs. Brown and Only Fools and Horses.
And I like both of them.
And I was going to get her Only Fools and Horses, but I thought Mrs. Brown is...
She reminds me of my nan.
Yeah, is more up her alley. So I got Mrs. Brown.
I mean, I do like Only
it's
Fools and
supposed to be a
Horses
lad's
as well.
card in the card factory, so...
Lads, I don't know how that's a lad's card, but probably because it says have a drink or two on me. I do drink.
What about your ghostly...
Right, what's working in Savers?
Yeah,
The
well,
little boy, right. So there was a ghost. Everyone knew about the ghost.
where was it? Tell the
Canning
fishing
Town, in Savers.
Which used to be Rathbone Market.
Where I used
if
to work.
everybody knows Rathbone Market in Canning Town.
And a few times when we've been closing up, we'd be hearing some stuff. And even when there was customers in there, we'd hear like a kid giggling, and we just thought nothing of it. He was the ghost. He didn't do anything. He didn't hurt anyone or anything. But this bloke was walking past and he had a load of nappies fall on him. And I was like, I'm really sorry. He said, I didn't touch him. I went, no. I went, it's fine. So I put the nappies back and I went, don't do that again. And he didn't. But when I was doing the mopping, I could hear like, it sounded like a kid running and giggling. And then it'd stop and you'd hear him giggling and then he'd be running again and giggling. And it was a little boy. And I just went, you know, just because the thing is, my ex was getting quite freaked out by it. And he's a little boy. I said, he's not going to hurt you. I said, he's just, you know, he's mischievous. He's a kid.
You never even saw him, did you?
No, we just used to hear him. And he went, yeah, but he's like, it's freaky. And I went, can you, like, not do that when he's alone on the shop floor? I said, because you are scaring him. And he stopped. Like, when I didn't care. And he used to do it when I was there, but he didn't, when it was him on his own, he used to not do it because it was freaking him out. And I was just scaring him. Can you just not?
And I remembered where it was, because, I mean, Rathbone Market.
Yeah, but you spoke to him.
Yeah, I know. It's been there for a very long time. And I remember my mum telling me about a little boy called Charlie.
Was it Charlie, though?
I don't know. He didn't tell me his name. Oh. A little boy called Charlie. And he used to help the stall holders push the stalls into the sheds that were there. And, I mean, I think that where Savers was with Caters, but I could be mistaken. It could have been where the sheds were. I don't know. Or he could have just been wandering around there. I don't know. But there was these sheds where the big stalls got kept overnight. And
He's just trying to be a kid, though.
And this little boy was earning a couple of pennies, pocket money, pushing the stalls in. My brother done it. My brother Jimmy done it sometimes. And somehow, I'm not sure the hours, whys, wherefores or what, but I know he got crushed and he was killed in this shed by one of the stalls slipping or moving or shifting something. And he was crushed to death. And, I mean, it happened years before I was born and never really knew about it. But I think that was your ghost. And I did speak to him. I said, look, can you not scare people? And it would be nice if you didn't throw things at customers. Because he didn't throw 'em, he just used to knock stuff off the shelf. And I went, would be
Happened
nice.
a few times.
Would be nice if he didn't throw things at the customers. And I mean, it did calm down a lot after that, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, he used to, like, if we was in the shop on our own, I mean, like, the people who worked there used to know about him. A lot of them got a bit freaked out by him, but I was just like, he knew that I was, like, my mum said, like, you know, Kaylee's not scared of you. Dan isn't scared of you, he's my old manager. She went, there's a few people who are not scared of you. Do what you want with them. She's like, but don't scare anybody else.
And I did refer to him as Charlie. He didn't answer me back. But things did calm down a little bit after that. It wasn't as manic as he had been.
He used to run around and giggle still, but...
Yeah, but that was only when you were around, really. You didn't really notice. And Dan. Because Dan got the wet footprints when he was mopping up.
Yeah. That freaked him out, though.
Yeah, he saw some... He just mopped a section of floor. And the little boy must have run through it. Because he saw wet footprints leading out of it, and yeah, so
He was like, whoo!
And I would just tell him not to walk on the beat. You've just mopped. But I said they do usually listen. You know, there are still people at the end of the day. But yeah, I mean, there was that. There was my ghostly experience at Wapping Station.
I had a ghostly experience at Wapping too, but I was on the train.
Right, to explain to people who may not know, Wapping Station
Horrible.
was the first tunnel that was built that ran under the Thames. It was designed by Isambard Kingdom Brunel, who was a very, very famous English inventor and architect. And he built Wapping Station. Now, Wapping Station is a horrible station. I've always hated it. It's been remodelled now.
It's still horrible.
But the original lift, I think it was put in by Isambard Kingdom Brunel, didn't work very often. So you had hundreds of steps.
It's great for people who are disabled.
Yeah, well, they've made it all disabled accessible now. But it was horrible.
Tower Hill ain't now. You've got loads of stairs.
It was horrible. It was a horrible station. It really was. And you've got the water. You can hear water running the whole time because there's a pump room. And also the men's toilets flush automatically. So you've always got the sound of running water. And I'm sitting at the station with my sister, who was heavily pregnant at the time. And I think I've actually told this story on this channel before, but for those that haven't watched the previous videos, you've got it again. And we were sitting there, and I was just like, I was a kid, I was only about 12. And we heard someone walking in the tunnel. Now, you heard that a lot, because people were working in the pump room and they'd come out the tunnel, walk along the platform, go into the staff-only room, and that was it. And we heard someone walking in the tunnel. No big deal. We could see the light reflecting off the wall where he was carrying his lamp. Nothing out of the ordinary. And then we heard him whistling and walking. And then we heard the sound of the footsteps change as he came up onto the concrete of the platform. But there was no one there. There was no ghostly lamp floating on its own. There was nothing. There was no one there.
Different to the room, though, huh?
And then these footsteps got closer and closer. So did the whistling. And we actually felt the air displace as someone walked past us. At this point, I was trying to climb up my sister's jumper and join the baby, because she was heavily pregnant at the time. And I was like, I don't like it. Luckily, the train came along, but I was petrified. And my sister wasn't much better either. She was like, oh, come past us.
The story about Wapping is that when they were building the tunnel, it kept collapsing.
Yeah, it collapsed several times.
And if you are on the train and you are anything like me and my mum, you see faces in the tunnel.
It's not really faces. You see people moving about, because they used to hold balls and parties under there, because it was the first tunnel under the Thames.
But when a train goes past, they'll stop and look at you.
Yeah, which doesn't really bother me. If they want to
It
stop
doesn't
and
hurt,
look,
it bothers me.
if they want to stop and look, let them look. You know, I don't care.
All like loads of people stand there looking, and the cocoa. So I went to the Coco. I went to go and see this. This was when I went to go and see him for the first time and the last time. And we were up on one of the mezzanines.
It was where the circle would have been.
Yeah.
The dress circle.
Because there was a table and a chair.
Because Coco's an old theatre.
One. There were 2 chairs and 1 table.
I know where it is.
Yeah, so do I. Yeah. Because there's like chairs all round. Like, you can sit down all round there. But that's like back away from the railing. This table and chairs is like right at the front so you can see everything. Right. Now, being there, you're kind of nearly at level with the mirror ball. So first of all, I went to the toilet and I went past where my mum used to work. She used to work in there. And there's an old cocktail lounge there. And I walked past it and it was freezing.
That's the cold spot I used to go through all the time.
Yes, it was freezing. I'm not talking about a bit cold, bit chill. No. It was freezing in one spot. Went to the toilet, came back again, freezing in that one spot. When I sat down, told my mum. She went, yeah, it's fine. She went, don't look in the mirror ball. No, I looked in the mirror ball. Oh my God. You can say what's in the mirror ball because, oh.
The mirror ball, you can see it as it was when it was a theatre, when it was packed. The mirror ball is a packed theatre.
Yeah. And if you look at some of the boxes, because the boxes are not used.
They are now.
Well, one of them wasn't in use, and there was ghosts there. It's horrible. And Ellen Terry, oh, she was being a cow, wasn't she?
Well, people don't know who Ellen Terry is.
Right, so she owned the theatre.
She was an opera singer, and she opened the theatre, and I think she part-owned it, because there's a mask of her face above the stage. There's also a portrait of her in profile saying that she opened the theatre, and that's in gold on the mantelpiece.
So the mantelpiece, I don't feel sorry for the crew who were working with him that day, because they put the T-shirts, because obviously they have to sort of set out on the front. They put the T-shirts up on the mantelpiece. She didn't want them there, so she kept knocking them down.
She wanted her portrait showing.
They must have put it there about 12 times, and she kept knocking it down.
She wanted her portrait showing.
So they moved it. That was fine. Now, things kept happening with the merch as well.
It kept being moved around, and they kept getting the wrong sizes.
Yeah.
Someone was playing with the actual T-shirts and putting different size labels on different boxes.
Now, all these stories we are telling you are true. We're not making anything up. And the worst part probably is, if you're watching a show and you look at Ellen Terry, because, like I said, we were here, you know, the stage was down there, so we're perfect view of her. Her face changes.
Her expression changes on the mask of her above the stage.
Yeah. And it wasn't the lighting.
The Coco is really haunted anyway. I used to work there, and if you are backstage where the dressing rooms are, you can hear songs like There Is Nothing Like a Dame. You can hear vocal warm-ups. You can hear conversations going on.
The shower.
The shower is the most horrific thing ever. And the thing is, there are stories behind most of what's going on there. The one who sings There Is Nothing Like a Dame, he was a pantomime dame who liked dressing up as a lady off stage as well as on. And
in them days, it's big no-no.
It was very frowned upon back in those days. And he suddenly hung himself in his dressing room. But he still sings There Is Nothing Like a Dame. You can hear vocal warm-ups and things from things years ago, and I don't really know the stories on those, but there's a dancer who walks across the stage, and she was pregnant back in those days again. That was something that was really frowned upon, and she threw herself from the flies onto the stage and sadly died.
The shower.
The shower is the worst thing now. I don't think that's always been a shower, I really don't. But there was a dressing room that I used to use because the staff used to go in there and get changed because quite often we were rushed off our feet. And we had a dressing room. And I was in there on my own, just doing my makeup and getting changed.
Getting ready for a shift.
And the shower turned on. And I was sitting at this mirror that was like a long bar. It was a makeup mirror, it's theatrical, so I was sitting there doing my makeup. Now, nobody walked in that door.
How good would that be, just to have a long bar for your makeup?
Yeah, with a long mirror as well.
Yeah, it'd be great.
With lights above the mirror, it was pretty amazing.
It'd be great.
I could see the door in the mirror. Nobody had come in that door. There was nobody in that dressing room with me. And the shower came on. I was like, okay, old pipes.
I think you're dying, you know.
Hmm?
I think you're dying.
Yeah, I'm covered in cats. I thought, okay, old pipes. Old pipes, no big deal. And then the shower turned off. I was like, old pipes, what's going on here? And then the shower curtain started moving.
Yeah, I would have been out of there.
I was.
Yep.
Well, actually, I hid under the bit where we did our makeup.
Yeah, no, I would have been out.
Because there was room under there for bags and stuff. And I hid in the corner and I just covered my eyes because I didn't want to see what was in there. And that happened a couple of times, the shower going on and off. But it went once when I was I was in there with one of my friends and we were both doing our makeup. And we heard that shower go on. And I was like, oh my God. And she went, shall we run? I went, hopefully it'll stop in a minute. And regular as clockwork, about 2 minutes after it went on, it went off. And then the shower curtain started moving. I dived under the makeup bar thing and just closed my eyes. And I don't know what she saw, but she screamed. She literally, it was a blood-curdling scream. And she would never talk about it. She never said what she saw. I don't want to know what she saw. Because, I mean, I know I say I'm not afraid of ghosts. But I don't want to see something that's going to traumatise me for the rest of my days, you know. It's bad enough as it is with some of the crap that I have to see. Some of the crap that I witness. I don't really want to... Because they had freak shows going on there and all sorts.
Yeah.
And that hadn't always been a shower. So that must have been a fairly recent one.
Mm.
Because there hadn't always been a shower in that room. I don't even know whether there was indoor plumbing when that thing was built.
But, yeah, so that's like some of the horrifying things that we've had to do. What's the other one about the Wapping with the broom?
Right, in Wapping Station, and remember this has all been remodelled fairly recently. I'm going back to the 80s, 70s and 80s here. From like 78 onwards. And there used to be a broom that would sweep on its own. There was no one attached to that broom. On the opposite side of you've got one platform here that heads into East London, and that one will take to Surrey Docks and places like that. And on the Surrey Docks side, there used to be a broom that would sweep on its own. There was no one attached to it. It was just a broom going along the sweep. It was like something out of the Sorcerer's Apprentice, but it was scarier.
And also, she can't go to King's Cross.
King's Cross, Russell Square.
Well, no, King's Cross, Mornington Crescent.
I don't know what it is with Mornington Crescent. I do not know why I've got this aversion to Mornington Crescent. I really don't. Mornington Crescent, I feel uneasy all the time there. It used to be that it was closed. I used to work from Monday to Saturday. And on weekends, Mornington Crescent Station was closed. And I had to walk from Camden Town, which is no distance at all, really. Can't go to Camden Town. But Mornington Crescent was literally across the road, so it was quicker. But Camden Town, fine. Mornington Crescent, I get so uneasy. Now, we always had to use the stairs there because the lift was always out. And there's a lot of stairs there as well.
Mm.
In fact, you've still got the old Ovaltine poster on the wall behind the stairs. It's massive. And you can still see that today.
Yeah.
Even though they've got new lifts and they're not more reliable. But
because of the massive fire in King's Cross, she hears things she doesn't like.
I hear screams.
And smells the fire and burning flesh.
Yeah, it's not just that station. There are several stations that I get that problem with.
The ick.
Yeah. Russell Square. Because of the bomb there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, even Mile End and Bethnal Green.
Mm. I went through them.
Yeah, I'll get it's alright if I'm on the train going through. Even though King's Cross, I'll get it on even when I'm on the train there.
Yeah.
But
the funny thing is, right, so obviously tragedies happen everywhere you go. Even airports, but you've never had anything like that at an airport.
No, but you've had it on a plane. Not us personally. But the Ghost of 403?
Yeah, but, like, not in the airport. We've never seen or felt anything in the airport. So that's a bit weird.
Yeah, but I've never had it on planes. But then again, I think that they are more rigorously checked than trains.
Yes.
Because
I don't know if you guys know the story of 403.
Right, Flight 403 crashed in the
This
Everglades.
isn't us. Okay?
No, this isn't us. Flight 403, there are films about it, there are books about it. Flight 403. This isn't made up by us or anything.
And it's a true story as well.
And a plane crashed in the Everglades back in the 70s, I believe it was.
Mm.
And parts of that aircraft, there was no survivors, and parts of that aircraft were actually sold off to go in other planes. And these weren't bits of engine or anything.
We're talking like bits in the
I'm talking about
the galley stuff.
The ovens in the galley
Yeah.
and things like that. It was just like bits and pieces that don't actually affect the running of the aircraft at all. And apparently I was a stewardess and she was in the galley and she looked in the oven and the reflection on the oven was of the pilot of Flight 403.
Was he smiling?
I think he was.
That would have been really scary.
It might not have been, I don't know.
Oh no!
It's in the book. I haven't read the book for a while. Actually, I gave the book to you.
Yeah, I think you did, but I haven't read it. So imagine that though.
She saw the reflection of the pilot and she recognised it as the pilot that was in 403. No. Also, a guy went into the cockpit. The plane was stationary at the time. It wasn't in the air or anything. It was at the airport. And he went in the cockpit and he went down to the hellhole, which is a bit that's below the cockpit. It's where all the electrical gubbins and that are. And he went down in the hellhole to do something and he heard someone from upstairs saying, "Are you all okay down there?"
Nope.
And he went, "Yeah," thinking it was one of the crew. And when he went up there was nobody there.
No.
And I'd been, I didn't see or hear.
Well, I was alright until that just happened.
Also, there is a ship called the HMS Triad, which is a training ship. They put baby sailors there to train
baby sailors
how to do do the watchman shift and that. And it was hit by a torpedo during World War II, and it is now a training ship. I think it's dry docked. I don't know.
What about that other one?
Hang on a minute, I'm doing this one.
Sorry.
And people hear them talking and playing cards, and then the screams as the torpedo hits. You can hear the explosion and screams. My brother was doing a watch on the HMS Triad, and he heard voices in the room where the screams are heard. He was absolutely eating himself.
Eating himself.
And it was 2 other night watchmen playing cards in there.
But, yeah, there's that other one in America.
The The Queen Mary.
Oh, yeah.
The Queen Mary.
There's a film about that.
There's a lot of ghost hunters have covered it. In fact, is it Jake Webber? Jake Webber, Johnny Gilbert and Tari Yami.
Yeah, I think it's Jake's channel.
Jake Webber, Tari Yami and Johnny Gilbert went on the Queen Mary, which is famously haunted. Most Haunted also done it. Now, don't take any notice of what they say if you don't want to, but just look at the location, you'll see how scary it is. And you can hear some of the ghost stories that have happened there previously.
Tara fell over, but that was nothing to do with ghosts.
There was someone singing in the lobby or something, wasn't there?
Yeah, they had. No, I think someone said something. They called. I think they said Jake or something, and nope.
Yeah, it was pretty scary, and there was the doors opening and closing and stuff. Like I say, if you don't believe paranormal channels, and I know some people don't.
We're not paranormal channel. We're everything channel.
I know some people don't. Don't take any notice of what they're doing, but just.
What about the footprints in Most Haunted? Were they real or were they like set up?
I think they may have been real. I do not know, but because of what happened, there is a swimming pool, and the water was piped from the ocean, so it was actually salt water from the ocean in there. And
there is actually like a documentary about it. You should watch it. It is pretty good, and they'll explain to you like how it can be haunted.
And most Haunted were doing an investigation, and Richard Felix, who was a historian, saw wet footprints that looked like a female's foot, and he goes, "That's ghost water," which I found quite funny. But yeah, I mean, there's that. There's so much on the Queen Mary. I can't remember what it was that Tara Yami experienced, but the doors
She fell over. It was funny.
No,
though.
the doors were steamed up, and the pool was drained. There's no water in that pool.
And the door. I think the door was locked. I can't remember. Or the
door was steamed up like the pool was going.
But it wasn't.
And she had water as well.
And you could see like the door was steamed up, and it was like how.
Yeah, when there's no water in that pool.
No.
And also, I'm not sure that it was heated. Because it was ocean water, wasn't it?
Yeah, but still, if you've got a room that's got wet in it, then you get the condensation.
With that amount of people as well, yeah.
Yeah, so you get the condensation.
Yeah, it was...
I think she had splashing in there as well.
Yeah, it was pretty scary,
yeah.
So.
And they did that.
But, I mean...
They were going to stay the night, but it was just too much.
It's well worth having a look about the Queen Mary.
Yeah, it is very interesting.
And Flight 408 and the Triad.
Yeah.
If you like those stories. I mean, we live in a really haunted part of the world. We live in London. And, of course, you had Jack the Ripper, literally down the road in Whitechapel. And...
The fox wasn't here and all.
Oh?
The fox. He used to sneak into people's houses.
I don't think that was London.
Oh.
I think that was Northern England.
It's still England, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we've had loads of serial killers. We've had more than our fair share. We've had Dr. Crippen up in Camden, who killed his wife. Odd Diddy, they're actually doubting that now.
I don't know who that is.
The Cray twins.
Yeah, the Cray twins. They were from the East End of London.
Yeah, and they did leave some messes that had to be cleaned.
My nan knew them.
I think anyone who's born and bred in the East End have probably had a nan or an aunt or someone who had dealings with the Greys.
My nan knew the Cray twins.
But the Cray twins, East End of London, they left some messes that needed to be cleaned up.
Yep. There's actually bodies from their victims holding up flyovers and stuff.
Yeah. So, and that is actually a fact. So that can be checked out if you don't believe us. What else have we got? I mean, the Blind Beggar pub in Bethnal Green, where the Cray twins killed someone. It's got nothing to do with the Cray twins killing someone, but the Blind Beggar was actually, there was a blind beggar who used to stand there and he was murdered, and his daughter used to stand there thereafter trying to sell matches.
And one more thing as well. There is a pub in Wapping called the Prospect of Whitby. It's on Executioner's Dock.
Execution
Dock, then. If there's a set of, there's like an alleyway down the side of it and a set of
Pelican stairs.
Alright. If you go down the stairs, don't go too far because there's water. There is water, unless the tide is out.
You're in the Thames.
Yeah, unless the tide's out. But if you go in the dark, you're not going to see it. So it's best to go in the day. And you see, like, the hangman's noose. It's very interesting. I looked at it.
And the prospect would be also, interestingly, when the Mayflower flew and took the first settlers to America, they actually stopped there.
Yeah, that's not interesting.
But it was the Pirates pub.
That's interesting.
And
they've got, like, wheels, ship wheels on the ceiling and stuff.
It used to be that you could, if you were on a ship, you could actually get a drink, because they had a bar out on that faced the sea. Well, the river. It faced it, it did. But that's not there anymore.
But the hangman's noose, he's still there.
Yeah, the hangman's noose is still there, and I believe that there was a gibbet along there as well. The gibbet's all the way along there.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't know what a gibbet is...
It's a cage with a dead person in it.
It's a cage that held either somebody who's freshly executed. Sometimes they put them in there when they're alive. And
just to warn
they left
pirates.
them there to rot. So that you were warned that if you went that way and you were a pirate, you could end up like that.
In Pirates of the Caribbean, where you've got them hung men, it says, pirates should be warned. That kind of thing. That's to scare off pirates.
When you bear in mind, Traitor's Gate, they used to put heads on there and executed it. Yeah. Heads of the executed people, so as you were warned.
Yeah, it's just like a
Traitor's
warning,
Gate, you know.
It's not a very nice warning, but it's just like, back off.
There are lots of horrible things.
Especially in London.
Yeah. History of London is not pleasant.
No.
I mean, we've got the 3 Mills just down the road in Stratford.
Yep.
And I'm not sure what happened there. I will not testify to it. I will not swear to it. But I think they used to tie the witches to the water wheel.
Probably.
See if they were witches or not. I don't know. I can't
You've been there, though.
swear
Did you not
to it.
feel anything?
No.
Probably not then. I was sick there. Nice bit of information for you.
Ollie Moore's done a video there. Master Chef's filmed there near that. Well, they walked through it.
There's pictures of me when I went to see the Black Veil Bride standing by it.
I do like 3 Mills. I find it a very quiet and calming place.
I was sick there.
She don't find it a quiet and calming place, but I do.
I had migraine. I think the bagel did it. I had a tuna and cheese bagel.
Yeah, because they've actually turned the Mill House. Years ago, you couldn't go in there. The whole thing was boarded up and you couldn't go in there. Now they've opened it up to tourists.
A cafe.
And you've got a little cafe there. And it's very nice.
It is. And the people in there are really nice. Like, if you want to know anything about the history of the mill, you should just ask them and they'll let you know.
And if you go there on a Sunday morning, that's when it all happens up there, because they've got an art gallery in the mill now.
And they've got, like, they do tours and stuff.
Yeah, and I would love to go on a tour of that place. I always want to go in there.
But, like, my mum was asking the people who own the cafes, and they were telling us stuff and that. They're really, really nice in there as well, and they give you, like, a leaflet, and you read, like, it tells you about some of the history of the 3 Mills and stuff. It was really interesting.
But I actually went to 3 Mills School, which was, it was pre-Victorian, it was really old. And that was actually built for the mill workers' kids, and it was called 3 Mills School. And that's where I went to school.
But yeah, so those are little tales of the scary girl.
And also in East Ham is famous for several things. One, Max Bygraves, who is a singer from a very long time ago, and he also used to do presenting, and his catchphrase was, "I want to tell you a story."
Okay.
He sung Hands and some, what was it, something about lying arts or something. Anyway, he was a singer and he was a celebrity. Got married in East Ham Town Hall.
Okay, anyway, so...
And...
Oh, for God's sake.
Would you mind? Vera Lynn's from around here.
I know she is.
Vera Lynn's from down the road.
There's a big memorial to her down Yeah.
And when my
Town.
mum was a little girl,
That way.
Vera Lynn was a teenager, and she thought my mum was cute, and she used to tie velvet bows on her ear because they lived downstairs from where my mum lived.
Right.
In Bow.
Eden?
I think so.
Right, so that's been our tales from the Scary Bowl.
If you want to hear anything else...
Crying out loud!
Shh. If you want to hear any other stories or history or anything like that, comment, let us know.
They're not gonna.
They might be interested. But if you want to hear anything like that, comment and let us know. And let us know what you want to know. Because we haven't just got subscribers in England. We've got one in Indonesia. We've got some in America. So, yeah, if you want to hear anything about English sort of history or ghost stories, please comment, let us know. Drop us a like if you've enjoyed this, and a thumbs up would be good.
Share it with your friends and family.
Helps us out a lot.
So we can get some more subscribers.
Yeah, if you like these videos, share them with your friends. If you don't like these videos, share them with people you don't like.
Yeah, but we need to get our numbers up, so...
Yeah, we desperately need to get our numbers up. And because of this algorithm thing, I know it's called an algorithm, but algorithm. Because of algorithm, which I understand nothing about, we've got to try and get our
numbers up.
So
only you can help us.
Yeah.
It doesn't cost anything to press a button.
No, and I mean, look at the effort we've actually put into this video. We've had to work out content. We've had to research. I've had to go through my Alzheimer's riddled brain.
Fact of the matter is, we researched this years ago, so it's all stuff that we remember. That's a little bit of information for you, but it has been researched.
And also, because of the true crime thing I'm doing, try it on, I've got to research that.
Yeah.
So we do actually put time and effort into our videos.
So a subscribe would be very much appreciated. And if you do want some more content like this, just let us know, because we can. It's possible. We can do it.
I have always said that this channel belongs more to you than it does to us. And tell us.
But you and me then. I'm like, yeah, thanks.
Tell us what you want to see.
Yes.
Do you want to see more Pandora's box tutorials? Let us know. Do you want to see more cooking? Let us know. Do you want to see us do a live with a puppet show again?
No.
Please don't say you like that, but let us know. We want to know what you want to see. We've tried doing lives. They haven't gone
We'll still do
fantastically,
some more though.
We'll still do some more. I mean, if people say they're interested in a live, then tell us what sort of time you would like it for, and we'll go with most popular.
Yeah, because I mean, we're pretty much up all day and all night anyway, so...
I mean, I can't say, oh, Fred Durst in Ilford wants us to do a live at 12, we'll go with him. We won't, we'll take it from the majority of, you know, if you say, I want it at 12 in the afternoon, then we'll probably try and arrange it for 12 in the afternoon if there's more than one of you saying it. You know, we'll go with the majority on that one. But we do need to know.
Yeah, and we can do some more lives, and like obviously, if I'm out and about, I'll be doing lives and stuff. But you know, it's just nice to have some input from our subscribers. You guys are
amazing,
and the reason that we're doing this. So, you know,
yeah, I mean, you guys are the reason we do this. We've been doing this for 3 years now. At first, we weren't really serious about. We just thought it was going to be a lockdown thing. But now it's a permanent thing. Now we've made this our job. Now we're going to be doing this a lot more frequently. And if you don't like us, then sorry about that. But, you know, we're here to stay. Yeah. And I said we weren't going away. And we haven't. We've always sort of popped up one way or another.
Yep.
But,
there's a whole lot of content left inside both of us, so, you know.
Yeah, you never know what you're going to get.
No. But unless you actually tell us what you want.
This is more your channel than it is ours. I've always stated that because we don't have a niche. Some people are gaming channels. Some people are just like reaction channels and things like that. We try anything. Yeah,
I've done some gaming. I do want to get The Sims 2 and 3 to do more gaming for you guys, because I know like The Sims 2 and The Sims 3 is a big deal.
And we haven't actually done a full movie review, but we've given you an opinion on it. Opinion, yeah. I can't speak today. We've given you an opinion on what we've seen and the stuff like that.
And when I go to Finland, I'm getting my tattoo, so you'll see me in pain.
And I'll laugh.
She does.
But
you're holding the camera. See the camera going like that is because she's laughing.
Actually, I took some pictures of her having a last tattoo. And when we learn to edit, we will actually put those on. Yeah, well, you've got some embarrassing ones, me, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, you used to see the camera going up and down when she's laughing so much when she's doing, like, having me tattooed. Mean person.
But, yeah, let us know what you want. We always try to involve you when we have the fireworks out there, we have the camera going. When, you know, if something interesting happens...
Not often.
Not often. If we actually notice that something interesting is happening...
When we're in the airport, and we do videos.
Yeah, even though we've fallen asleep last time.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed that, but I was like, But then I've been up for like 48 hours.
Yeah,
so...
we were hanging around for... I mean, we were there... We filmed that at about 10, and our flight wasn't until...
No, and what happened was, my idea, in my head, because I forgot what my friend said. Our friend was going to meet us at the airport, and I forgot that, so I thought I'm going to get in and go to bed. Nope, that didn't happen. Nope. Because our friend met us, and I was like, oh, hello.
But I was quite pleased to see our friend, because he had actually...
Yeah, but he'd stayed there for hours.
Yeah, he wasn't there that long.
He was trying to get internet working, and it wasn't working.
Yeah, he was trying to help.
Yeah, he was trying to help, but it was just like... Oh, I need sleep.
I would have let him stay there, that's a thing.
Yeah.
He could have bunked in with us for the night, but, I mean, it's not as though there wasn't room. We had that big settee.
Oh, I know, that was lovely.
We had a double bed each. So, you know, there was plenty of room.
I'm not sleeping with David.
That's what the settee was for. David's really thin.
I know.
So there's plenty of room. But, yeah, so... We had our friend who met us from the airport.
Right. Anyway, so I'm going to end this now.
Yeah, and...
Tales from the Scary Bowl, that was.
Oh, it was Tales from the Scary Bowl, wasn't it? So please, like, comment, let us know what you want. Oh, and would you like me to do a cooking video? Because I've got a birthday cake to make.
I don't eat cake.
This one you will.
Okay.
Red velvet.
Oh.
She'll eat that one.
That's why you were keeping... I thought you was making me something cheesy, like with the block of cheese.
No, that's for the cheesemen.
Oh. So I have cheesemen for my birthday too.
We have tried cheesemen.
Yeah. Oh,
The verdict, yeah. So, if you're interested in seeing how to make cheesemen, let us know.
They are really nice.
Well, she's a cheese fiend. Okay, good. Bonus. I don't have to make the red velvet cake. All I've got to do is make a cheese man.
They made me a little cupcake of red velvet, though.
I'm going to make a whole mixture to make you a cupcake.
Yeah.
I always thought she was delusional. Now I know.
Well, I would like a red velvet cake, okay?
But, whatever you want to see, please let us know.
You have to. You've got the red food colouring, so you've got to. You're committed now.
I can do other stuff.
No, you're committed now. You've got to do it. You've got to do my red velvet.
Or I could do you special milk with the apple.
Hey?
That's really confusing.
Yes. I like red velvet, though.
Anyway. We will see you in the next video.
Yeah, we're not sure when that will be.
No. I mean... We're doing cooking all the time, so if there's anything you particularly wanted, like when we had to do the tuna quiche that you didn't even bother cooking, Leanne. If there's anything that you particularly want us to do...
Also, my mum is making a quiche. Right, this is going out after the fact. So, she made a quiche. This is really hard to do this. Yesterday? This is really hard doing this in advance. So, I will be doing... short on that after it's cooked.
Yeah, because I done.
This is really hard.
I done a thing with a crumble crust.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yes.
And it's
nice.
a savoury crumble crust, so I'm just going to use the crumble crust to add some water to it, and then I've got dough.
Yeah,
so.
for the thing, because we got to go out and get some. We
Pastry.
needed to go out and get some mushrooms.
Pastry.
This is really hard. This is really hard to do this. So, right, because this is an hour long now. We've reached an hour. And I don't have to reset the phone. Oh, it's great. This new phone is amazing. So,
Yeah, but I've noticed I've got a shadow here. I look like Hitler.
that's alright. It's my new Disney phone that I had done on the unboxing. It's amazing. I love it.
Yeah, the lighting,
And
again,
this.
we have got terrible lighting because this is our front room.
This is the stand for it. It didn't come with it or anything. Mum bought me this for Christmas, but it's got Mickey Mouse there. And it's his little feet. And that's for my phone. Yeah.
Yeah, and at the moment we've got
Mouse phone.
Deadpool holding this one up,
Yeah,
so...
with some cardboard behind him because it just wasn't working out. So we've got Deadpool at the moment, like, helping us out.
But, I say thank you for watching.
Yep.
You are amazing.
Yep.
Please like and subscribe.
Yep.
Just touch it.
You sound like a teenage boy.
I know. Just go to the like button, just touch it, just follow
That's
it.
just, no, that's just to stop it. Just
touch
tap it, alright? Just tap.
Yeah, and if you really want to think it's Teenage Boy, you can eat it a bit harder than usual. Like, naughty boy.
Anyway, ignore that. Just tap the subscribe button and notification bell. And then you'll be in the loop of the fishies.
Because we call our fans, or people who are subscribed to our channel, little fishies.
Little fishies.
Because we're all little fishies floating around in the toilet bowl of life, clinging to the turdies. So
You don't have to say that bit.
It's true, though.
No, it's disgusting. Anyway.
And that's why we tell us from the toilet bowl.
Yeah, and I had to go to the shop. Or had to go to the shop. This is hard. Anyway. Right.
And
So
we'll see you
in the next one.
in the next
We're not
one,
sure when
which-
it'll be yet.
Well, it won't be long. It won't be that far away. Because I've still got to do the brownies and the crime.
Yeah, well, it won't be. It might be when this airs tomorrow, I guess.
Depending when this is.
Because I'm not gonna do one on my birthday. That's not happening. So there won't be one on Wednesday.
You make the fishies cry.
There won't be one on Wednesday.
You make the fishies cry.
But if you guys want to wish me a happy birthday, I'd appreciate it.
But we will see you really soon.
Yep.
And thanks for watching.
Yep.
Hang on. Be kind and considerate.
Oh, man.
And thanks for watching Towels from the Toilet Bowl.
Bye.
Bye.